Woo! Oh, yes.
Woo. I got a question for you.
Yes, lay it on me.
How much money do you actually need to make?
It's a very, very good question, one that I've dug into. And we're going to talk about this in detail.
Uh-huh.
But first, I have to tell you, I'm going for, you might notice I'm decked out in Nike gear today.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, there's a reason.
Okay.
Because I figured out how much money I absolutely need to make.
Uh-huh.
And I'm looking for a sponsorship from Nike in either ping pong or the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, there you go.
Do they have a team?
I don't know. They should.
They should.
And if not, they should just do it.
They should. Oh, very clever. Very clever. So we're talking today about how much money do you actually need to make. This is a big one because we hear from people all the time, I just need to make more money.
Yeah. If only I had more money.
Yeah. As if more money would solve all the problems.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think it was it Biggie Smalls who said, mo money, mo problems?
Mo money, mo problems.
Yeah, we'll talk about that too. But here's the deal. When people say, I need more money, the real question is, what do you need more money for? Is it for additional expenses? Is it because you're in over your head in debt? Is it because you want to, set yourself up for financial success? Whatever it may be, all fine. We just want to know, what is the reason you need to make more money?
Yeah.
Because I know some people are really on that path of, I'm going to do this. But then there's the flip side, which is your expenses will always rise to meet income.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's, do you need more money to keep up with the Joneses? And if so, how much money would that be?
Right.
And then if you were not keeping, it'd be interesting to be like, how much money do I need to not keep up with the Joneses? Oh, I only need X amount, which is like way down here. But yeah, I think, how much do you actually need to make? How much income do you actually need to generate? I think the question that's right there is, well, how much do you actually spend? Like, what are your actual expenses? And what is absolutely necessary and what is not? Right? Because if you're looking to live a minimalist life, then the whole societal pressure of you need to earn $120,000 a year. Grant Cardone says you minimum, regardless of who you are, you need to generate 120 grand.
Yeah.
But if you're a minimalist, then that may not be relevant or just the right number for you, right?
Or if you do make that money as a minimalist, you need to work for like 10 years, 15 years,
exactly.
and then you're done for the rest of forever, right?
Yeah.
So one of the reasons I find this to be an interesting question is I've gotten into watching YouTube videos on tiny living.
Okay.
So a lot of tiny houses. There's one that's called Tiny Houses, Great Adventures, or Tiny Living, Great Adventures. And this woman is cool. She built a tiny home. She ended up finding a pad for it where she put it down permanently. She rents it out on Airbnb when she's not there, because when she's traveling, she rents it out. And from outward appearance, it looks like she does not need to make a significant amount of money. So this is the exercise that we want to throw down to you. We want you to figure out what is the least amount of money that you would need to make in order to cover all of your bills that are necessary. So strip away, as Nick said, anything that is not essential. What would that expense be? And when you get down to a point where you know how small you could actually live, what I call it is lean living, right? So if you can live lean for a period of time, but keep your income the same, what do you do with that spread, right? So if your income is this and your expenses are here, what do you do with that spread on a regular basis to either decrease your debt, decrease your monthly expenses, or increase your ability to make money by creating other investments or buying real estate or whatever it may be. This is a really interesting exercise to go through, is how minimally could you live? Yeah.
Because I think most people are always, like you said, the expenses will always expand to the income you generate, right? Which I call lifestyle creep, but you call this something else, which I find very fascinating and actually much more powerful.
So Parkinson's law is a law that states that expenses will always rise to meet income. So what that means is if you got an extra $10,000 bump in your salary next year, your expenses will rise to that $10,000 mark.
Yeah.
And we talked about this before. The way it might work is you'll go out to eat more. You'll take another vacation or two. You might buy a new car. You might put an addition on your home, which adds to your home equity line payment. You might
heated toilet seats.
Get heated toilet seats. Yeah, put that bidet in that you've been wanting to put in, whatever it may be. Put a Nintendo Switch in the bathroom like we did. Whatever. We spend a lot of time there.
So I think what's really interesting is, because there's the Parkinson's law and then lifestyle creep, right?
Yes.
And I think when people really do increase their income, people start to automatically think, oh, I can spend more.
Yeah.
But what you posed to me in terms of if I'm a minimalist making 120 grand, where your mindset went was, oh, maybe you only need to work for 10, 15 years.
Right.
But I don't think people think like that.
Right.
So when
right.
you think
Totally.
about how much you actually need, it's kind of, it can be kind of absurd. Like, I don't think people really, when you strip away all the unnecessary,
Yeah.
right? Like, we're not telling you to, like, you struggle to survive, but when you can live comfortably, modestly, below your means, but have more than enough, like, it doesn't really take that much.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, no doubt. So this whole idea of how much do you actually need, what the goal is of the exercise that I just laid out of go out and strip away just the essentials or the non-essentials, so you have just the essentials left. What you're doing then is you're figuring out what is that spread that is actually there between what you're making and what you absolutely need, your essentials. That spread is what I call the L factor or the life factor. And this amount of money, that spread over a certain period of time, allows you to springboard into whatever kind of life you really want to live.
Yeah.
So those who say, God, I got to make more money, I start to look at their life and go, okay, well, do you need a brand new car every 3 years? Like, do you need a $400 car payment? I ran into a guy the other day who made $600,000 or $700,000 a year. He had $5,200 in car payments.
Wow.
And his comment to me was, I just need to make more money. Now think about that. If you are making $700,000 a year, and maybe you are, if you are, think twice that. Would your expenses then rise to meet whatever that income is? Because this is someone making $60,000 a month whose comment to me was, I just need to make more money. Right?
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, we mentioned Grant Cardone. One thing that I want to bring up is that, he'll say a lot in his Instagram videos and whatnot that when he when he was, building his wealth, no one knew he was a millionaire.
Yes.
Because he drove the same car, did not upgrade any watches or clothes or fancy cars, nothing.
Yep.
Like, people thought he was still at the same income level.
Yeah, he was driving a Toyota Camry with over 100,000 miles on it or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So I think, the topic of today's, how much do you actually need is a good question, because how much do you need? You can answer that as to keep up with the Joneses or Parkinson's law, or it could be because I'm committed to a particular lifestyle with that L factor in 10 years versus 20.
Right.
So the intent behind how much money you actually need really is where the juice is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt. I think what happens is as you start to realize what is essential and you free up all that other stuff, the money that's there or not there begins to expose some of the cracks in the foundation. So you'll notice as you do this, like, oh, yeah, we do spend a lot of money on going out to eat or on, this debt that we've been carrying for a long time. And when you expose those cracks, you then can also start to realize on a money date, which was in a previous show, that's where some of the conflict is between you and your partner. So I think this exercise is really important to do, to figure out how much do you actually need, and then begin to expose where are the cracks in your money foundation, and let's seal those up first and foremost.
That's good.
Good.
Great.
It's good. So how much do you need? And what you don't, just send us. It's very simple.
That's the crux of the message.
Come on. Like, share, comment, leave a statement down below about what you found out. How much do you actually need? And we want to know, could you live on significantly less? I had a conversation with a guy the other day. He's living on $250 a month.
That's insane.
It was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. He may have been a little insane too. I'm not sure. But nonetheless, he knew exactly what he needed.
$250.
And he figured out how to make that work. I'm not saying you got to do that. But let's figure out how much do you actually need. Cool? Cool.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time.